One.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you this week? Hope everybody's well. Welcome back to another episode of Rock's Hell's Kitchen Recap right here on RTVZone.com. It's going to be a lot of fun as usual. We'll try to keep the profanity to a minimum and the hilarity to a maximum, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Joining me again today, all-star lineup with none other than Big Body Karate, Executive Chef, Top Golf, now again in Virginia.
What's up, you guys? How are you?
All right, we're good. And the incomparable Barbie Marshall, chef and activist, I think we're about to call you. What's up, Barbie?
Hi, Rock. Hi, Davon.
What's going on?
All right.
Hi, everybody else.
We had some, hey, everybody. We had some technical difficulties or some real-life difficulties. Chef Robin is supposed to, she might chime in before the show is up, but she had, Barbie said she had some issues with her food truck. Where is she?
She's in Hollywood, Florida, and she has a food truck called Pilot Party, and the storage unit, I guess, where she stores the truck went out with power, and she just needed to get to it and plug it in. So she said, I gotta go get to my food truck. She works hard, so it was one of those things. The truck is mobile. It's like the storm that knocks out the power to your restaurant. You go.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, I think that is very selfish of her to put us as much money as I'm paying her to be here tonight. I think it's very selfish of her to deal with her real life. She's trying to deal with her real life. So I think she should have. No, I'm joking. So that leads me into my first point. We do this because it's fun. We like to do it. I like to do it. It gives you, viewer, an insight into the show, what really goes on, and sort of some post commentary for people that have been on the show. But we don't get paid, and it takes a lot of money, time, and effort to run this. So if you have it in your budget, go to RTVZone.com where you are here. The little donate button up top. Click on that. Add a buck. Add $1 million. Doesn't really matter. We don't discriminate. And we appreciate your support. We appreciate you being here. Also, Big Brother starts tomorrow. Got a lot of Big Brother watchers, a lot of Big Brother with recap watchers with Evil Dick. There's a special where you get the whole season for just under $10, a little less than $3 a month, so it's $9.99. That's only until tonight or tomorrow night, and then after that it's $14.99. So a little less than $5 a month. Huge Big Brother following. Log in, check it out, subscribe. It is that's a steal. And you know, all the Evil Dick fans know how that man is a pretty captivating dude. So I'll be getting my subscription. So let's get into the episode. Big shout out to my man Hey Kenny down in Honolulu though. Got the shirt on. He gave it to me out in Blackberry Farms, making some amazing chefs out there. We'll talk about that later. But just want to say thanks for the shirt. Hell's Kitchen time. Now, first. Barbie, crap table. It looked, honestly, I did it as y'all were rolling. I said, okay, I'm going to do it along with them and see how good I am. I got stumped on a couple, just because you're free, and I'm not in front of families. How tough was that crap rolling challenge?
It wasn't really that hard for me because we went right after the blue team. So we watched the blue team pull, I think the first thing was heirloom tomatoes, and that was like, oh, that was a good one. And then the next thing was daikon radish, and we were like, heirlooms and daikon. And then the next thing was dragon fruit, and we were like, heirlooms, daikon, dragon fruit. Then edamame, and then chicken. So when it was time for me to go up, I was thinking, I'm going to build upon the next ingredient, but I'm not going to wait until the end to get a protein. So,
and what did you get?
Tiffany rolled C and said chicory. For those of you who don't know what chicory is, it's a bitter green. Radicchio is in the family. Endive, it's along those levels. Endive is actually the second growth of chicory. Take it out the field, you put it in a dry, dark place and let it grow, and it sprouts these beautiful endive things. So, yes, so okay. Tiffany said chicory.
A little farm knowledge on it.
Yeah. I always have to. So Tiffany said chicory, and when I rolled L, the first thing that came out was lamb. So, it was almost instant for me. It was lamb. L, lamb. Can't lose.
I thought that was smart. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So then we went on to get Brussels sprouts, turnips, and the last thing was truffles. How could I forget truffles? And we got fresh truffles in Hell's Kitchen, like fresh truffles. Yay!
Good?
Yeah. Have you ever had a bad fresh truffle?
I sure as hell have. But
you have?
Wow.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I've been lucky, right?
Wow.
But anyway, not in Hell's Kitchen. Not in Hell's Kitchen. All the truffles we had there were phenomenal. But I know it's a hard time. Now, the guys on the other side, big body, you were on the blue team. It seemed like, they had trouble, but they ended up pulling it out. And Robin was kind of leading the way. And, Robin, I wish you were here. That's why, hopefully we'll get to talk there next week. But what do you think about their camaraderie? It looked like it was going to be a disaster, but now it's looking like it's kind of good. What do you think is going on over there?
I mean, I think it's still starting to be a disaster to an extent. And I was surprised that Robin really jumped over there, and she stepped it up a lot. Like I wasn't expecting that. I mean, the blue team talks big shit all the time. Like they talk a big game, and they on that little truck, slowly going down the hill, like crashing constantly. But I mean, just from the crap table, like what the fuck were the selections? You know what I mean? Like where was the thought behind it? But I mean, I think it's surprising that they're still on this slow train ride downward. But Robin definitely did kick it up a lot. And, I give Robin a lot of cracks sometimes, but this week she really showed what she was about. And she was able to actually work the line for a while by herself as a solo cook, which was probably my funniest part of the episode, with her cooking the spaghetti to the risotto, just the facial expressions that she had. But, I mean, she definitely talked big shit the week before, how when she gets to the blue side, she's going to be doing this, doing that. I mean, she definitely put her money where her mouth was this week. She kicked ass, so.
Well, I mean, to her credit, she did, and it looked like that. It's one episode. It's one, I don't say one episode, it's one service. I know she noted that the guys do something. Give me a little insight. She said, you all do different stuff than we do, like the prep. And that was the same thing in season 3. When I went over I didn't go over there, but when we shared notes later on, we prepped differently. And I think that's just the dynamics of any kitchen. But, she seemed to have a problem with it. Well, not a problem. Well, she looked like she had a problem with that. But Barbie, how do you know, I don't know if you can talk about it, but can you talk about the difference in prep styles?
What I noticed when we had to rush over there was it was just not organized the same way. I don't know if y'all noticed that I like things kind of neat and tidy on the show. So we've talked about me and neat and tidy. So I like my workstations the same way. And I think that maybe that was the difference that Robin was trying to point out, was that wow, y'all have everything completely set up differently, which may not necessarily be a bad thing. You can have a different problem and come up with the same answer. Different working styles don't mean that one is right, one is wrong. It can be different and still have the same outcome. But to make that transition right smack dab halfway through the competition, I can see how it could have been a really tough adjustment for Robin, because 9 people ago, through the last 9 people. She's been working on the red team in our style. And then, she volunteered to go over there and maybe she expected it to be the same way. And when it wasn't, she was just like, this is different.
Right.
And I got from her that she was like, all right, I'm going to try it your way and see what happens. And then she got stuck in the kitchen by herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
with all the, go ahead, Tavon.
No.
And I think, like what we said, you work with each team for so long, so you're already in the expectation this is how it's going to be, and we're mentored differently. You know what I mean? The guys were working with Chef Scott, girls were working with Chef Andy. You know what I mean? So we've all gotten into a whole different system, and we don't really get to see the other person's side at all until you're on the line. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of, like you said, and guys are a lot more disorganized than girls always, so that only adds to the situation.
I don't know about you. I keep my chicken clean. So look.
I didn't say.
Look. I
said it for you. Don't worry.
It's easier to say than done. Now, sous chefs, real quick, before we go on with the episode, who's, like, I never worked with Chef Andy, but Chef Scott is a monster, right? And if Chef Scott, like, I owe my win in a large part to his efforts. He was the driving force. He runs that kitchen. Ramsey's not all, Gordon's not all there all the time. But how is it working with those two sous chefs?
Well, so far, I've only worked with Chef Andy, so I can only talk about Chef Andy. She's awesome. She's there to help, and she just comes through, and she is just as intimidating as Chef sometimes too, because if you mess up, she's gonna tell you.
Right.
Yeah. Same thing. And Chef Scott, like Bobby said, I've only worked with Chef Scott. And Chef Scott, just like Rock said, is very hands-on. Like, anything you need to know, he definitely will walk you through it, coach you through it. And it's never, from my experience with him, even if I had to ask the same thing 2 or 3 times, he was definitely explaining it. But like Gordon, he's going to be in your ass if you're not paying attention to details. And if things are wrong, it's wrong. But they definitely work hands-on with you, and they give you the tools to do whatever is asked of you. So.
Right. Very accomplished chefs too. People, I don't know if people know their resumes and, but both of them very accomplished chefs. Now, moving on. Okay, so basically, in short, ladies lose, right? Which is surprising because Gordon always seems to take women on these photographs, photography trips or Vegas trips or anything like that. But you see, he didn't go to Vegas, so I wasn't surprised then. But if the ladies were the ones, he's been in Vegas. The question is, when you all, Kimmy couldn't make it this week either, but she cried again. Okay, boys win, girls lose, Kimmy cried. Even when y'all win sometimes, she's crying. But she's an emotional person. I'm emotional. But what's going on? Like, Dana was like, come on, chick. Like, cut this shit. Nobody don't hear that shit. Like, get over it. So, tell Barbara, what's going on?
Kimmy, she's just passionate. And when we were going through and we were talking about the dish, like we had a great list of ingredients to compose the dish with. And then we fell short on the final plate. So it was frustrating because, throughout the whole challenge, you hear Dana riding me about the lamb, and I'm like, I got it. And then we get to the plate up, and he's like, well, the blue team took all of these ingredients, which I thought was just the train wreck of ingredients, and made this plate. And then you had the perfect set of ingredients to make a successful dish, and you messed up. So that's why I feel like we lost, because we had it easier. It was a team loss. It was a team loss, and I know why we didn't. I know one of the things on the plate that worked, the lamb. It did.
Right.
So
I got you. I see. I mean, that was a little shameless little tug at yourself. Well, okay, I feel you.
It sure was. It was. I was proud.
Nah, hey, look, good is good. I ain't mad at you. I mean, leading into service, that's a good segue. Shout out to Lisa McEwen 76. Just subscribe to rtvsong.com. So appreciate you doing that. Much love. Welcome. Meat Station is the eliminator. It's the equalizer. Nobody knows. Meat Station, tell me if I'm wrong. Fish is tough. All of it's tough. But Meat Station will make you or break you. And while Roy was on the side, getting his ass kicked, I gotta say, Barbie was like, and the commentator, the narrator was giving you props, perfect run, nicely cooked, wasn't coming back. I was like, darn, she's killing him over there. So, how you control the Meat Station?
Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I don't know what to tell you. You just have to get in there and know what you're doing and know how long it takes to make that Wellington and know, how long it takes to sear that strip and know how long it takes to do that workout. And meat takes a lot longer than fish. So, with the French Brigade system, a lot of people don't realize that you have every station making every component for every plate. So you have to work together, all of you, for every table. So if somebody messes up a fish, okay, it takes 3 minutes to cook it or whatever it takes to cook it, but it's going to take me at least twice as long to get another steak up to meet that fish. So you have to be timing everything perfect. So the Meat Station is hard because if people mess up underneath you, you have to be able to monitor your meat to make sure it's not getting overcooked.
Yeah, you can't fake the funk on the Meat Station at
You
all.
cannot fake it.
You can fake it a little bit on saute, but I mean, when it comes to meat, like it's either ride or die. Like it's no, I think it's, fish is either raw or cooked. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Now, real quick, Barbara, you never worked the line before, right? Before this.
Oh no, I worked the line. I just haven't worked it in 3 years.
Oh, okay. All right, my fault. All right, my fault. And Tavon, you're real young, so did you go to culinary school or, did you go straight into the restaurant world?
Yes, I went to culinary school. I started cooking when I was like 15, but I went to Le Cordon Bleu. So I am a culinary alumni.
Okay, so all right, so it's just always to deal with. But see, the thing is, you got guys on the show like Royce, not like Royce. I mean, he knows he's a bit of a tool. He does that on purpose. I like him. He works under Ralph. I like Ralph. But these guys are supposed to be seasoned pros in this type of system, and a lot of people that often on this show are supposed to know the French Brigade system don't do as well. So I just find it, interesting when Hell's Kitchen is a some bitch. So but did well.
Right.
Ladies did well. Clemenza started messing up on scallops. They have in the guys side they got no disrespect, I don't watch American Idol. They have two, I think that was American Idol contestants. And you all had David Mother Beckham. And David Beckham, I mean, come on, man. I'm sitting there on the couch, and my daughter's like, Daddy, who's that? And my wife got her head down, grinning like hell. I'm like, you tell him. It's David freaking Beckham. So who concentrate? I mean, who concentrate? So you did. See, you had small when I was out. And then you didn't have the glasses on, so you probably were blind. So you probably were blind. So.
Exactly. There were a couple contributing factors. I still, regardless, have to come home, okay? And you said your wife was sitting next to you with her head down smiling. It's a respect thing. It's all about the respect thing. Like, I might be in hell, but I know that there's a way out. And at home, I have somebody that will be like, babe, for real? For real. Like,
now look, let me ask you this. I'm going to get back to the kitchen, but Tavon, real quick. How does it cook for celebrities, somebody in your kitchen? I I mean, there are a lot of stars that I just love, but none when I'm competing for $250,000 in my shot at culinary fame. None gonna take me off my game on a pizza. That's the way to produce. That's the way that it seems to us as viewers. But cooking for celebrities, is that gonna throw you off?
I don't think so. It really depends who it is. But for the most part, I don't really see myself getting starstruck. Yeah, you said Alicia Keys at the chef's table beside me. We're gonna have a whole nother concentration. You know what I mean? I'm trying to run all 5 stations by myself, making sure I get my little eye contact. But other than that, you know, I can concentrate pretty much. But I mean, like you said, it's $250,000. Me and Alicia can kick it later. But I mean, yeah.
Right. Now, Barbie, are you at that point when you all see it didn't really have any controversy in the kitchen? I mean, it was the pizzas. He didn't notice. It doesn't seem like you got David Beckham there. You had a couple hiccups, but it just seemed like a great service. How did that happen? Was it addition by subtraction? Robin's not here to defend himself, but Robin's gone, and now you have like a damn near perfect service.
Well, we did switch up the stations. So that was definitely being put in my element was definitely like I love the meat station. Like I love to be there. I think I said it on the show, like, yes, I'm on the meat station. And you know, David Beckham is in there, but when he said David Beckham, all I could think was, isn't that like his very best friend? Like, I didn't think of him as David Beckham, the Burger King commercial, throw a milkshake on him so he can take his shirt off kind of guy. I thought of him as Gordon Ramsay's best friend that is trying to give me a $250,000 job. So, different kind of focus. And then, you know, at one point, I did kind of lose it. Chef looked over at me, and I remember him saying, I asked for 3 Wellingtons, 2 pork chops, 1 sea bass, and I got 3 Wellingtons, 2 pork chops, and a cod. And, you know, Rock, I don't know, you watched every season. Have you ever seen anybody have that many expletives fly at Chef and get away with it? Because I don't even remember doing that.
I looked at you, and you were right over his shoulder, and you just started cursing. I was like, oh my God, who's she cursing at?
You was waiting too.
The situation, you know, he turned to me and I got 5 pieces of perfectly cooked meat up, and that is a feat because I've not only had to coordinate my 5 pieces of perfectly cooked meat, but the garnish station with it, the fish station with it, the fish station has had to coordinate the garnish for that, and any other things that had to come from somewhere else. And now you're telling me I have to relocate everything, and it was just like, okay, back to it. What can you do?
I don't know. That was phenomenal cooking, though. I think that was great. I don't think people realize how hard that is. That was great cooking. On the other side, guys going down. Tavon, with like they're just thinking, and it's so late in the game. It's kind of, and Justin, I think Justin is, you know, he seems the most level-headed, and he's kind of like, he said it like we shouldn't be here at this point. Like, what is that?
I mean, about the guys thinking, I mean, like I said, like I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, because it's not dinner service 1, it's not dinner 5, like dinner service 10, like, and it's not motto night, like it's the same menu from service number 1. Service number 1, like what the fuck, like, and it's not hard. We're cooking scallops. We're not cutting scallops. We just gotta cook them. The shit is already cut, and meats is, I mean, it's meat. Like, how many different ways can go and teach you how to grill a meat? Like, you know what I mean? I really don't get it. Like, I think it's still definitely an ego thing. Like, people are still trying to be leaders.
Right. Now, let me ask you this, Barbie. I got a question for you from Chef Toro. This a couple weeks ago, but he just, can you answer briefly? He said, the day you woke everybody up, why did you feel the need to do that?
I call that my mommy meltdown. Like hashtag mommy meltdown. That's a side of me from home. Like, come on, we can't be pigs. Like, that was in the kitchen of the dorms. Like, we can't be pigs here. like, remember where we are. We're not roommates. We're competitors, but nobody's the maid. We don't have any maids up here.
To make that point, huh? You drove that. You wanted to drive that point home.
I did. I really did.
Well, I think you did. Michelle Peel says, Chef Ramsay has been calling folks names, idiot, silly cow. Did either one of you get called any names? If so, what were they?
Are we on season 10 of Hell's Kitchen? What fucking season does he come up with something to say? Like we said last week, whether it's good, wrong, you know what I mean? You got a name.
Right.
Your name isn't the name on your jacket.
Right. What did he call you?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 50 different names in the first hour. So, yeah.
I got you. Barbie?
I honestly can't recall a time where he did call me a name. And maybe that's just because he was just yelling so much that just went past me. But he never called the trigger name. See, the trigger name is the one that, you know, the straight up B trigger. Bitch! That doesn't come flying out of Chef Ramsay's mouth. So that would have brought me to a standstill. You see, that's the one thing that brings me to a standstill. Like, what did you just say? So anything else that he might have said, I don't know. It could have just
sometimes he goes so hard. He goes so hard. He's stupid effing cow. And I'm like, oh my God. If he calls, I think he really knows. He's a pit bull. He's a good guy. I love him. But I think he's just, you know, when you cower and you give in, he's going to go after you even harder. But it's a lot of fun. Now, in the service, okay, y'all kick ass. Y'all go over there. Ladies go over to the blue team. And that is so, to me, I mean, I was sitting on my couch and my heart sunk. I mean, that's embarrassing. That happened to us in a challenge where the ladies came over and finished breakfast for us. That's embarrassing to me. But y'all rock it out, and hey, it is what it is. Christina was like, yo, shut up, no enemy to Tiffany. Good move, bad move by Tiffany going over there starting trash. I thought that was, I'll let you on.
I think that it was not the appropriate time to go over there because it was already mass confusion. Like, there was just the time we needed to get guest stuff out, and it just wasn't a good time to pick a fight. And it is embarrassing. Not this past dinner service, but the one before that, the blue team came in the kitchen with us, and watching it from me, it was like, not only did the blue team come in our kitchen, but they got to finish our service and we got thrown out. Like, that is devastating. That's like really like heartbreaking, like, oh my goodness. So we just experienced that. So to go over there and be trying to like figure out, what do I need for the next ticket? What do I need to get on track? And to have somebody bickering, it's a lot. It's too much.
Yeah. But like you said, like, it's already embarrassing enough. Like, you know what I mean? You got somebody else coming over to do your job for you, and then you got fucking shark bait like the pit bull that want to come and rip shit apart. Like, mind you, that ain't you the same chick that was just in the other side, on the red side, that just cooked all this damn card? What the fuck? Like, you just got dragged. Don't come over here and start regulating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly like Bobby said. Like, all right, just get your ass over here and help and shut the fuck up and go back to your bed. Like, that's all I need you to do. Help me get done.
Yo, I gotta get Tiffany on, man, because I'm forgetting her name every time I watch. I want to call her Shark Bait, so I gotta get her on, man. That's messed up. So look, so guys lose. I mean, it really wasn't any. My daughter's now, she's smart, but she said, she's like, Royce and Clemenza, I think, and I think Royce should go home. I'm like, damn. You know, Royce he's a goofy guy. Not a goofy, he's a playful guy. I think he's a good cook. But he says on his elimination, he thinks he's the best kid. Like, okay, but you're gone. So the best, I wouldn't, like, I think he got many chances to prove himself, but he's gone. What's your thoughts on his elimination?
He definitely had too many chances to prove himself. And I said this week 1 when it was me and Royce. So best believe on Monday when that episode came on, that's how I was I'm so sorry, but I'm excited. I told y'all I'm going to sit my ass on my couch and I'm going to be ready and I'm going to have my popcorn going. And it was the best experience. I think I tweeted right after with his ass is gone. Yeah. And I'm so excited. So.
Yeah. Go ahead, Barbara.
I'm just happy I'm still there. After every elimination, whether I've been up there or not, I'm just happy that I'm still there. At this point, I'm still sad that Patrick is gone. You know, Patrick was the only other parent there, and I was like, when he got sent home.
Patrick. So I like Patrick.
I love Patrick. Yeah, he was my favorite.
I think he'll be on the show next week. I like him. From what I saw, it don't seem like his passion got to come out the way it is in real life. But I like him. You know, he's a dad. He has the pictures. And that's me. I see me when I see him. Except the long hair and the lighter skin. But I see me. But, alright. So, next week, the previews. This is freaking box. Like the Unabomber, Gordon Ramsay dropped some freaking, I don't know, it's probably a damn remote to a PlayStation or some shit. Who knows? The Hell's Kitchen, but that's right. I know you can't talk about it.
PlayStation and Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, I know.
That's probably what's now in the box.
It'd be nice if you can get a freaking Rubik's Cube in Hell's Kitchen. You can't get Jack in there. So anyway, next week's supposed to be all explosive. All crazy. Once again, what else are we expecting? You know, who knows? I don't know. Jesus might be coming. It's probably Jesus. Jesus and slippers in the box. So we'll see what happens. But it looks like it's going to be explosive. Last question for you, Barbie. At this point, how is your camaraderie with the guys? Like, are you friends with everybody in the building?
Yeah, I mean, the guys that are left are great. They never really were mad at me over the pots and pans thing. They were like, you make it right, apologize to chef. And I was like, okay, cool. So, everybody got to see that happen. I apologized and they got to see it and they were just like, all right, after that, we were fine. When I went over there, I wasn't barking and we just helped each other out. And so I have a good relationship with the Blue.
I got you. And you know what? I think one day, Tavon, if it's cool, man, since I'm close to you, we should film one at your job, man, down at Top Golf. That'd be real cool. We should do a show from Top Golf. I think that'd be kind of cool if we could. But
yeah.
Sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, America, around the world, I know you're watching. Thank you once again for tuning into RTVZone.com. Make sure, Americans, register to vote. Don't care what side you vote on, but register to vote is really important coming up in a few months. Tavon is Big Body Karate on Twitter. Barbie Marshall on Twitter. Rock the Cook on Twitter. You can find us all on Facebook. Until next week, we are done. Peace.